Morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Seftimor Daily. Hope everyone's having a good week. Getting into it today, another chapter from the book by Gary John Bishop, Unfuck Yourself. Today's chapter was about uncertainty, and we speak a lot about this on the podcast, and I have a few stories to go into that. So let's speak context first. So he talks about uncertainty, the uncertainty of creating, the uncertainty of life, the uncertainty of your everyday. And if something is not the way that you want it to be, people get discouraged, people get upset. And the fact of the matter is that breaking out of our comfort zone is the best thing for us. Doing something every day that feels uncomfortable is the best thing for us. So, with uncertainty, if you're going to start streaming or start a YouTube channel or write or anything like that, there's always uncertainty. What if no one reads it? What if no one listens? Blah, over and over and over. Same thing that I always say. But the fact of the matter is, you never know who's listening, you never know who's watching, you never know what's going on. And where other people might get scared thinking, oh, what if no one listens? I'm happy. Anyone you talk to, or any inspirational podcast or book or anything you listen to, says you never know. You could be streaming and have one viewer, and if that one viewer, Broman said this in a recent podcast, Jeff Bezos, then okay, that one viewer's has a lot more weight than you thought it did before when you were like, woe is me, I only have one viewer. So, few examples. I wrote an article last year called The 10 Rules for Success on Watch Mixer. Got a lot of traction. Had no idea. Thought it was just going to be another article that I put out, and that was it. And I had a bunch of streamers, some big, start following me on Twitter, start retweeting my stuff. I looked at my Twitter and it was blowing up. That was probably the biggest, it didn't go viral, but the most viral thing that I've ever had. And I was, taken aback. Oh my God. Breaking out of my comfort zone I had 100 followers at the time. And I knew what I was doing was right, and I knew what I was doing was good. And I just put it out there. And it got a lot of traction. So you never know who's watching, you never know who's looking, and I put it out there and it did well. Just recently, I had a job interview because I'm looking to change careers, I'm looking to change what I'm doing at the moment for work, and a customer would come in and I would talk to him all the time, a couple times a week or a couple times a month. Ended up being the COO of a big company here. And I knew where he worked. I never thought anything of it or asking him. And I went on to apply for a job, and I saw a job at his company. So when he came in, I said, hey, I saw this job and I applied. And he said, send me your resume. And I did. And I got an interview. We're still waiting to hear back. I don't know how it went. Not too confident. First interview went incredible. Second one, I'm not sure. We discussed different topics, so I didn't have a gauge to measure if I did good or not. But anyway, what I'm saying is you never know. I was just talking to a customer that comes in a couple times a month and didn't know his background and that it could be an opportunity. If I get this job, then that's one of the craziest things that ever happened to me. From talking to this guy for years, I changed career paths. So, uncertainty. It was uncertain. I didn't know that. I didn't know what was going on. So, what I'm trying to say is always just be putting it out there. Always embrace the unknown. Embrace it so much. Like I always say, it's like playing the lottery every day. Every time you put a piece of content out, anytime you put a tweet out, anytime you write or put a podcast out, it's rolling the dice, or it's pulling the lever on a slot machine, and you might win big. And that's exciting. That's so exciting to me. So get out there, embrace the uncertain, do the things that you want to do, because the world is filled with opportunity. And the only way to get it is to do. So many big, I don't know the exact numbers and the exact people, but I've heard it over and over and over again. So many people have made it when they're in their 60s. And if that happens for me, that's fine, because you know what? If I got big, or whatever you want to call it, all of a sudden someone looks at my back catalog, say I've made it at 60, they're like, oh my God, he was in his 30s doing this. Look at this. It's cool. It's fun. Make it fun. I was in the homeboy Derek Smith's first stream back, mixer.com/it's Derek Smiths, ITSDEREK and he was talking about how he was getting too caught up in trying to be a partner or on Mixer and not streaming for the right reasons. And he's back, and it was so nice to see him. So cool to see him. And now he has that creating. He doesn't have to worry about the stuff he worried about before. He took a step back. And he's one of my favorite streamers. I was so happy to see him back. Make sure you check him out if you can. Embrace the uncertainty. Embrace the unknown. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everyone for listening. If you enjoy this, please subscribe to the podcast. It's free and it helps out. Share this wherever you can. And hit me up if you want to discuss anything further. Instagram, Twitter, DMs are always open. At Seftimor, Seftimor. Talk to you again soon. Peace.